YouTube, what's happening? It is Saturday, October 26th, and we need to talk about some NBA basketball. Yesterday, there was a handful of games, ended up being positive on the day. It was like 10-6, 9-5. It was something there. We were a few games over 500, though. It was a great setup. Profitable all around. We were profitable in all sports. We swept baseball, swept college football, profitable in basketball, profitable in hockey. Great day. Today, we can see we have, I think it's what, 10 games? Yeah, 10 games overall we need to talk about. Now this video can get kind of long because it is 10 games. If you don't want to hear me yap about basketball for like 40 minutes, which I understand some of you don't have the time, you could always just become a member. And in there, you can see I send this out to every single person. Look, this is college football from last week. Here's baseball, here's hockey, everything typed out with what I do. Do I pass? Do I play? And I try to do a side total for everything, and I try to do a prop for everything. So, and you can see what I do. I send everything out. If I don't play it, I send the picture out so you can see it anyway. So if I take the day off, like hockey had one game, I'm not going to do a video for one game, but there you go. So everything's there. It's always typed out. If you want to see it, great. If not, you don't have to, no problem, because everything the members get, you're going to get here in this video. I'm just trying to make it more convenient for you and help me out a little bit too. So if you want to, cool. If not, no problem. So we have 10 games in the National Blowout Association to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into that first game right now. All right, we're going to start with Clippers and Nuggets. West Coast starting as the first one feels kind of weird, but Saturday, weird things happen. So here we go. We have the Rich Creamies, -7.5. 219.5 is your total. Let's look over at the injury, see who's going to be sitting out or not playing or whatever. It looks like everyone in Denver is going to be playing. That's pretty good. Everyone there, that's what you want to see. Clippers, Mo Bamba is out. Kawhi is out, obviously out for a while. I mean, we might not see Kawhi till the damn All-Star break because, I mean, come on. The best ability is availability. That's a hard line right there. So hard. So we see those. Let's go to the numbers. Data's doing data things. We're starting to get some numbers, and they're going to change a lot through the next week or two because more data comes in. It's going to skew a lot. And we're starting getting an idea of who's good at what. So like Denver's #1 in rebounds. They might not be #1 in rebounds in 2 weeks. We'll see. They might be 20th, but wait, we'll take it right now. So Clippers are the fastest team in the league. That's a fun thing to see. Denver's defense is really good, even though they're 0-1. They only gave up 1 or 2, but you only scored 87. I mean, come on, this isn't 1993. This is 2024. 87 points doesn't win games, don't worry, my friends. So looking at Denver by 8 with a 219, I don't see much of it. I mean, 2 points here versus the Denver has the second best 3-point percentage allowed. I mean, ugh. The Clippers look like they give up some threes, but hell, Denver's 18%. So I don't know. Let's go look at props. I don't know. We got to look at some props and see if maybe there's a game out there we like. So this is Outlier. Get you a link in the description. Props by Outlier. You can get you a free week using this system. It's awesome. Just sign up. Click the links. All you got to do. Pretty easy. If you don't like it for a week, just cancel it. You can do it. No problem. So, but you can check it out. So looking at the props and everything, look, all these matchups are terrible. That's on points, but let's see if we can find something good. Yeah, see, there's so many props to go through. And the main thing I'm looking at here is I sort it by the last 5 because I want to see, but then 2024 as well. I kind of go back and forth, but I also do opponent rank because I want this number to be green. I want a green matchup because green's good, red's bad. So the best matchup we're getting is 12th. Other than that, we're getting a bunch, maybe 13th, 11th. They're grouped by category, it looks like. But nothing. See all these are red. These are terrible matchups. This is just a terrible game overall. Let's be honest. None of this is looking great. Like the best thing is the 13. I don't want to bet those. I don't want to put my hard-earned money on that. I'd rather pass on that and watch something else. So 14 is the best we're gonna do. It's gonna be 3-pointers for Denver, who we just saw as 30th in 3-point versus Clippers, who are 24th in allowing a 3. It's a day game. I don't know. I'm not feeling props in this one. Nothing's really standing out. And going back to over here, looking at the numbers, I need to see a second Denver game because this is just outside the normal for any team. This is worse than Detroit would do. Just saying, this is terrible. So I need to see how they do in their second game. Clippers, we'll see. And then their defense looked good, but just the offense was terrible. So I'm going to pass on this whole game. We're just going to move on to game 2 and see if we can find some value there. All right, game 2, we're moving on to Boston and Detroit. So we got the Celtics as a 14.5-point favorite at the Pistons. This seems like that game last year where like the Pistons lost like 1,000 games and like Boston comes in and Detroit wins the game. So it feels like one of those games. So, but it's game, what, 3 this season for Boston? So I don't know if that's the case. Let's go to the actual schedule because we want to look at their depth charts just to make sure nobody's missing. ESPN does pretty good letting us know what the depth chart is. It's not the best, but one, it works in dark mode, which, I mean, dark mode's best mode, obviously. And they let us know, like, Hauser's out. That's cool. Porzingis is still down here. When he comes back, he'll be in the starter. We know this. Detroit, Thompson's still out. And Bobby, whoever the hell that is out. I don't care what, I don't know. So there you can see who's starting because it's going to be these with Tim Hardaway most likely. I wish they would just update that and just move his ass out. But hey, whatever. How you see those. So let's pop back over to, here is the sheet. The sheet 0-1, wrong team. Let's switch it up. There we go. Boston, Detroit, Boston 2-0, 0-2, kind of. I mean, it's how it works. So Boston still second in points. First in threes because Boston likes to shoot the three ball. They give up 3 points though. The 3 points they give up, and they give up rebounds, which is interesting. They get out rebounded by teams. That's funny. They're good assist to turnover. A 3 assist to turnover ratio is pretty damn good. They give up a lot of 3-pointers though against Boston. That's not good. You don't want to see that against Boston. Oh no! Oh no! You see the offense. They're not bad shooting. It's just 24th in points. So. Let's go to props. Let's see. So for this one, now this is what I'm talking about. Green. I want some good matchups. So I have everything here. Steals and blocks. They're grouped by category based on their rank. So if you want steals and blocks, here you go. You got points. You got points assists. This is why Outlier is awesome. You can see all that stuff. I particularly have already picked one. Last game for Boston, I picked Mr. Derek White to get me points and rebounds. Today, I'm going Derek White again, but I'm going PRA over 23.5 because he had 31 in his first one, 27 in this one. And if I come back here and we go down to PRA, or go up to PRA, there it is. Derek White, 23.5, 23rd matchup. You can get better odds, 23, 24, doesn't matter. He hit it both times this year, we just saw. So a great matchup against Detroit. We know he's going to play a good bit. My only concern is he's a type that even when there's a blowout, he's still going to play, which is the good thing for them. So he just plays a ton. He's just an awesome player. So I'm going to take his PRA for 23.5 because even if he only gets like 12 points, dude's going to get like 5 rebounds, maybe, and he'll probably get assists. That's all we need. So give me his PRA. Now, do I dare take Boston on the spread? I'm gonna tell you, I'm scared a little bit. I'm a little scared about it because this has potential for Detroit winning. I'm gonna tell you right now. If they win, come back here. I'm like, oh, you said it. I know. I'm gonna say Boston on the spread because Boston's just the best team in the league. Let's just be honest. They're favored to win the title for a reason. They're awesome. I cannot take Detroit plus 14.5. So give me Boston, give me Derek White, and let's move on to that next game. All right, moving on. We're going to Cleveland, Washington now. We currently see that Cleveland's 9.5 favorite on the road with a 228.5 number. Let's pop over to the depth charts. Carrington's still day-to-day, so we don't know. He might play, might not. We see the rest of the team still there, and then we pop over to Cleveland. Cleveland has been doing way better. I mean, Cleveland's been balling out, have they not? This team is a nice little setup. They're just pretty nice. That's all I'm gonna say. So we see their team. We come over here to the numbers and we see 3 in points, second in 2 point, fourth in 3 point. If you can score in the top 5 from 2 and 3, you're gonna be really hard to stop because there's nothing you can do. They're 6 in turnovers. That means they move the ball and they don't turn it over. They play great defense. You can see the numbers 5, 7. They do give up the occasional 3-point percentage, which just means there's more open looks. That's all it means. They're stopping rebounds, they're stopping assists, they're stopping blocks and steals. They're a slower team, which is fine. So you really don't want to take the over against a slow team. You just don't want to do that. And then Washington is Washington. I mean, what do I need to say about Washington? They're just not. They're bottom 5 in points, bottom 2 in 3-point, bottom 5 in defense. We're taking Cleveland 9.5. It just makes sense at this time of year. So the props. Now I come over here and I mean, Cleveland has the best possible matchup in so many categories. 30th is the best you can get. There's only 30 teams. So, okay, so I have points and assists for a lot to choose from. I have PRA for a lot to choose from. I have points and rebounds, a lot, all 30th rankings, all of them. So I can pick anyone I want. Like I can go Evan Mobley just to get me 16 points. He's hit it every game this year, both games, and he hit it 5 straight games, including the last 3 last year. So that could be a move. I'm going a little outside the box. I saw this one. I said, you know what? I like this one. I'm going old D Wade, not Dwayne Wade, Dean Wade. We're going to take his over points and rebounds, 12.5. He had 19 points and 5 rebounds in his last game, 5 and 8 in his last game. So it shows he can get rebounds a good bit. He had 8 rebounds. So I'm going to take him because we saw in the depth chart, he starts at small forward, but he's listed as a power forward, which is fun, which means he's big enough to get the boards. So that's who we're going to rock with. We're going to rock with Cleveland 9.5. We're going to rock with D Wade over 12.5 points rebounds next game. All right, let's move on to Miami and Charlotte. So we can see Miami is 5.5 point favorite on the road. 222.5 is your number. Let's look over at the depth charts. Looks like all the stars from Miami are good. Kevin Love is out. Josh Richardson's out, but that's fine. Charlotte, Brandon Miller's out, and Mark Williams is out. So then you have these three, and you have a couple starting from the bench. So that already puts Miami at a nice advantage. They have all their starters. So that's going to be easy. Miami 5.5 probably. But let's look at the stats first. Let's just see. Miami's offense is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what? Like, what are you doing, guys? What are we doing? Like, not good. Defense is not Miami like either. Now, you played Orlando. I get it. That was your one game. That was a tough game. It was Orlando, but come on. Yeah, Orlando shut you down because Orlando's just that defensive squad that's going to put the clamps on you. So you got to take that number with a grain of salt. This number will be better after this game, I can tell you right now, because Charlotte is not going to play the defense Orlando played. It just ain't going to happen. So you see the numbers, and the first thing I'm going to do is come over here to the props. And again, we have Miami players with a beautiful matchup. Opponent ranked 29th in a lot of categories, some 28s out there, which means bottom 2, bottom 3 in the league, because we saw Washington's 30th in all these categories. So what do we like? So I'm looking through these and I'm trying to see numbers like, okay, they've hit this season and they hit something recently. So I come over, I see a couple I picked out of this list. I picked Nikola, not Jokic, Jovic. I like his rebounds because it's 4.5. It's decent odds. It's Bailey at pick'em. And you see he's gone over this number. And in 2023, he went over this number about 50% of the time. In the last 20 games, you can see he stepped up his game and he is the starting power forward. So that means he's going to have plenty of chances. And with Bam being in the center, we know Bam does what Bam does. So Butler's a small forward. He doesn't get too many rebounds. Sometimes he does, but most of the time he doesn't. Harrow and Rozier don't either. So I can see Jovic getting those rebounds because he had 5 in the one game. Now, if you don't like that, you want like, ooh, that's a little close. How about this? I see you some Jamie Jacquez Jr. 14.5 PRA. We know, yes, he does come off the bench right now, but he had 21 in the time off the bench, and he's going to play. Because in the last 10 games, look who he did. Look at these numbers. And even the 2 he missed, he was close. He didn't play much or bad shooting games, but these numbers are good. I think I'm going to take this one instead. I know he's a bench guy. I know. But I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that Miami 5.5 because Charlotte is just... Miami's better. People are going to see Miami's numbers from this game and be like, ugh, you played Orlando. Like, come on, bro. So give me Jamie Jacquez. Give me Miami 9.5. And, 5.5. 5.5. And let's go to that next game. All right, now we're moving on to Orlando and Memphis. Orlando was funny yesterday because I literally said there's 2 options. This one, I can go Paulo Banchero to get his PR, or I can get Franz to get his PR. And I said, look, these are the 2. I'm going to take Paulo. I'm going to take the stud. Franz hit it. I picked the wrong one. So if you took Franz, you hit yesterday. If you didn't, that was one of the few losses. So, what can you do? So, but I was there. I was right on it. So today, we see the numbers. We see Orlando is actually a dog on the road. Memphis is 1.5 favorite with a 224. I don't know if I like that. We shall see. Let's look at the depth charts. Jaren Jackson's out. That's actually a big deal. Edey is struggling. He looked good the preseason, but dude is absolute cheeks right now so far. He is struggling with the foul systems apparently because he got all the damn calls in college. We know this. They should have fouled out like half his games, but no one wanted to call it. So whatever. Orlando, everyone's playing, and then only one is Isaac, and he's day-to-day. So the whole team's looking good. Yep, okay. So numbers, Orlando is 2-0, Memphis 1-1. Oh, we got -1 here, 1.5 here. So if you're looking for Orlando, you want to go the other way. If you want Memphis, you want to go this way. That's why you shop the books. You get different lines. Offense is for Orlando's good. Defense, we know, is always going to be good. I expect all these numbers to be in the top 5 by the end of the season because that's what Orlando does. They pride themselves on the D. So, and yep, but they're slower team. Memphis is a fast team. We know this. Memphis doesn't play much defense. You could see, I'm taking Orlando. I got to. Whoa, Orlando Magic. Okay. It's catchy. You got to do it. All right. So, all right. Looking at the outlier, we see, look, beautiful matchups against Memphis for Orlando. You got to scroll a bit before you get any Memphis. And it's down here. And it's a 7-team matchup. I'm not taking anything against Orlando's defense. I can't do it right now. But I will take things against Memphis's defense. And that's what we're going to do. So we have rebounds, steals, blocks. But today, looking at these, there's lots of options to pick from. And some of these, like, oh, I could hit a 3 for Wendell Carter. If the odds are 200, I don't want that. I want something good. Like, there's Franz, 26.5. You could take that again if you want. I'm going to look at 2 options. I'm going to pick one of these 2. I'm taking Jalen Suggs, rebounds, assists over 5.5. He's 2-0, hit both of them. Last year, he hit this number 55% of the time. Dude likes to grab boards, or he likes to dish the rock. I like that from a shooting guard. Give me 3 and 3. That's all we need. So, when he did it this year, yeah, he had 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, 5 rebounds. So it shows he'll do each if he needs to. And then if you want to be a little different, you could always go Paolo again, who can get rebounds, assists, because his number's 13.5, and you show 3 assists, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Dude is versatile. I took him yesterday. He kind of screwed me over, and I get it. So I want to put him on a one-day ban just to see what happens, because he is going to be matched up with, he plays the power forward, matched up with Jaren Jackson, who is out. So it's going to be Edey or him. Now, Smart's the point guard. Smart's a shooting guard, and Ja Morant's the point. They're both technically little. Suggs is the point for for Orlando. I'm going Pinchera. I think he's going to get Edey in foul trouble, and they're going to have issues. So I'm going to take his, we're going to take his rebounds, assist. We're going to rock with him. Jalen Suggs is not a bad option either. So for this one, we're going to go Orlando plus 1.5, and then we're going to take not Suggs. We're going to go back to the well. We're going to go back to Bancho over 13.5 RA. Yeah, once Edey's out the game, his big ass is gone. Yeah, I can see Paolo get 8-9 rebounds easy. I see him dishing like 5 assists. Hell, he might have a triple-double this game. He might. Just might. That might be a play too. What is, can I look at that? What's that? Triple-double, yes. Is what odds? 2,500. Oh, shit. Well, hey, if it happens, come back to this video. I'll be like, yo, I'm not betting it, but yeah, there you go. So we'll take those next. All right, moving on. We're going to Oklahoma City and Chicago, and we got OKC 10.5 on the road, a 232.5 total. Ooh. All right, let's look at the depth charts for the Bulls. We see Lonzo is now day-to-day, which is good. I want to see him play. Yeah, he's been out for 2 years, so. And then in Oklahoma City, everyone seems to be good. The bench is a little beat up, but the starters are there, which matters most. So let's pop to the numbers. What do they mean? Here we go. Oklahoma's, they won. They're 1-0, but they won 102 to 87. So best defense. Yeah, good job. Is it going to stay that way? No. No. So they're not going to shoot. It's sad that 102 is terrible shooting in the NBA nowadays. Isn't it like bad? So, all right, 3-point percent was 27. That's not going to stay that way, I don't think. Not with Oklahoma City. They have some pretty good shooters. Chicago was great in their games. I thought Chicago would be a little bit worse, but hey, Chicago's got them a little bit of a squad if you see it. So, all right. Defense ain't exactly their forte. So we want to pop over to the outlier. Look at all the green. That's a lot of green. And that is green for both teams. So, okay. So the biggest green is going to be this 29s, which is going to be 3-pointers. And we see Chicago is 11th in the 3-point percentage allowed. But if we want to take that, we could look at like Shy. We could look at Jalen. They're 1.5. We took a Dort. I just said, I think the 3-pointers are going to, I'm not taking Chet threes. No, hell no. So we can look at all these. 2023, 39%. He covered that line. 2023, you were 2. Your number's 1.5. Shy might be the one because he shoots the most of all of them, obviously. He hit 2. I wish I knew how many you took. Of course, that would help, but whatever. Last 10, you've hit those. Give me your last 10. Yeah, there's days you don't want to make them. And then look at your last 10. Oh, no. If anything, I would say Dort. Dort seems to be the pick. Dort's going to shoot the three. That's just what he does. Last 20. Yeah, Dort's a shooter. We'll take Dort in this one. Yeah, you know what? We have a great matchup, supposedly. We'll rock with that. Otherwise, we got assists. Not really feeling assists. I like assists plus rebounds or points plus assists. And then you got Bulls side, you got rebounds because Oklahoma City is 29th in rebounds allowed, which means you could take Ayo, get you a 2.5 rebounds, or Vucevic, or, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to go Dort. That's a great matchup. So, and Dort does start, right? He is a star. Yeah, he's a starting small forward, so he's going to shoot his three. So as long as he hit two, we're good. So on the side, though, 232 seems high. Bulls don't play much defense. Looking at the numbers, defense is not a Bull thing, and offense in Oklahoma City, this will get better. I don't know if this gets better. What's the spread? Oklahoma City by 9.5. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling Chicago plus 9.5. I'm gonna tell you right now. So is it the best I can get? Is it 9.5? Can I get a 10? Yeah, because over here I can show you. Look, boom, I can get me a 10.5 Chicago. I'll take that all day. So we're gonna go Chicago plus 10.5 at home. And we're going to take Dort from OKC to go over 1.5 through 3 points. I think he'll make 2. I think he can do that. So we'll take those 2, move on to the next game. All right, now we're going to Toronto, Minnesota. We got Minnesota 13.5 at home with a 219.5 total. Let's look over at the depth charts. Minnesota, everybody seems to be playing. Everyone's good. Everybody's great. So you can see their numbers there. Toronto is having injury issues already. Quickly's out. RJ's out. Jacoby Walter's out. Bruce Brown's out. I mean, that's a lot of dudes out. So that's 4 of your top 2 strings out. That ain't good. So, I mean, we're leading Minnesota hard in this one. Just gonna say it. Let's look at the numbers. They're both 1-1. Minnesota's average on a bunch of stuff. This is a little concerning. They're a little sloppy with the ball. Not little turnovers. Not really. They're not playing great defense. Not blocking or stealing. And then you see what they do, what happens. I shouldn't call these offense and defense. I should just call one like when the team has the ball, when they don't. But you know what it means. Toronto is number 1 in allowing rebounds, which isn't good. So, but you see the numbers, everyththing's there. So I've been looking at props, and again, we have beautiful matchups, 28th ranked. A lot of things for Toronto because Toronto's just not that good right now because everyone's hurt. So you want to probably look at a Minnesota prop, right? That's what I'm doing. You can go through all of these. And again, I went through all these. We got points, rebounds. You can go for the studs, like you can go for Ant, or you can go for like Randall or whatever. I'm going a little off the beaten path, shall we? I'm not going Dante DiVincenzo either. No, I am going to go Nickel Alexander Walker to get over 10.5 PRA because he had 19 in the first one, 5 and 14, no assists. This one, he had 9 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. When he gets in, he shoots. When he shoots, he scores, and then he can also get rebounds, it looks like. And he gets a couple assists. So I'm going to take him to get over 10.5 in this one because, one, I think this is a blowout game. There's always that 1 or 2 games every night in the National Blowout Association. I think this is going to be one of them. Minnesota's 13.5. Toronto is injury crazy right now. So I think Toronto might lose by 30. So not only am I taking Toronto on the spread, Minnesota on the spread, minus 13.5, I'm going to take Alexander Walker to get lots of playing time to easily hit this number. Now, if it's not a blowout, he still could hit it, but I think blowout, I'm planning ahead here. So give me NAW here to get his over. Give me Minnesota to blow out Toronto, and we'll go on to the next game. All right, now we're moving on to Houston, San Antonio. We got Houston by 1.5. Let's look at the depth charts. Oh, and a total of 222.5. Forgot that. So Houston, everybody looks like they're playing. Steven Adams is out. Has Steven Adams played basketball in 5 years? It feels like he's always hurt. Like, always. Dude's just collecting checks, looking like Aquaman. That's all he's doing. Let's look at San Antonio. Everyone seems to be playing, except for Trey Jones is out. Not the best. Now, let's look at this. We have somebody named Julian Champagne in there playing shooting guard. That's going to be key for my prop. Let me tell you that right now. Just let me throw that out there. Let's look at the numbers. Oh, let's see. They're terrible as twos, which is funny because that's saying, what are you doing? Are you missing a lot of shots? Or is everyone else not named Alfred missing? Because that's terrible. You see the numbers. They're great at rebounds, though. We know why. San Antonio, the first time out, Wemby looked like dog shit. Let's just be honest. That's what it was. He was terrible. So Let's see what he can do in his second game of the season, because they give up the number one amount of twos. They're best at twos. They give up the most threes. So if you want threes, that's a guard. So we'll see the numbers. Let's go to props. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I see a lot of great matchups against the Spurs. Beautiful, beautiful opponent rank. And then, yeah, it's going to be a Houston play in this one based on this. I got lots of options. If you want some Spurs, there are some great Houston options too. So you can see there's going to be a lot of people on Wemby today get like rebounds and whatnot. But to me, remember I showed you that little matchup thing? I said this is who's playing. Let me show you why. I don't know who this is. We know who Chris Paul is, obviously. But I see that Jalen Green is matched up with Mr. Champagne himself. And Jalen Green does one thing really well. What is that, you ask? Well, Jalen Green likes to score. He had 28 points and 22 points in 2 games so far this year. His points rebounds is 26.5. He had 6 rebounds in his last game. It's even money. I think he's going to have a good day today. I'm taking Houston to cover the 1, and I'm also going to take Jalen Green to get over 26.5 PR because dude is filling up the stat sheet with points. If he keeps shooting and gets some rebounds, I think we hit this quite easily. So, and then it doesn't matter what Wemby does because I don't have to worry about defense. So because Champagne or Chris Paul is going to guard him, and we know Chris Paul doesn't play defense anymore because he just doesn't. He's there to throw the ball to Wemby. That's all he does. So. Great matchups here. We're going to take those next game. All right, moving on, we got Dallas and Phoenix. Dallas is a 2.5-point favorite on the road with a 232.5 total. Let's look over at the depths. Looks like everybody's playing. Grayson's a little day-to-day, but that's fine. Everybody else seems to be playing. Dallas, same. Everybody seems to be good. So no injuries to worry about in these games. So let's pop to the numbers. So we can see the numbers. Dallas is terrible at shooting 2s, but they're great at shooting 3s. And hey, whatever. That works for some teams. And then they give up a lot of rebounds. And then Phoenix does not get many rebounds, which is funny because Durant plays power forward and he doesn't want to get rebounds. That just makes sense. That leaves old Nurkic to get all the rebounds, which is a key thing for my prop coming up. You'll see. So, and yeah, they give up 3s. So you can see this. I can see this going over this total. Let's pop over to the props because again, we have great matchups for certain things. Rebounds, assists have great matchup for the Suns. And there's one I already clicked on. I like it. It's Nurkic. 10.5 rebounds, assists. He's hit it 2 in a row. He's had 11 in both games. He's barely hit it, but hey, he's hit it. And this one, he's going up against, let me show you his matchup. PJ and Gafford, not exactly the most intimidating dudes inside. We know Durant's not going to be much in the inside because he's a power forward. He's a point guard, shooting guard, playing power forward. So we're going to have to worry about that. Nurkic should have all the prime opportunities. They love using him in a pick and roll situation so you can get the assists on the pick and pop. We love seeing that. Yeah, I feel good about this. That feels like a good one to me. So now for the side and total. I mean, this is a great matchup overall. If both teams are clicking, because I see the 3 points are just there, yeah, Dallas should be able to just shoot their way to an easy win in this one. It seems like because we know Dallas is going to shoot the 3, and the 3s get so. Over 232 sounds good to me. But I don't. We'll take Dallas by 3. We're going to take Dallas by 3, but we're going to take Nurkic to get 11 rebounds and assists total. Split it up a little bit. So we'll do those next. Our last game, we got Kings and Lakers. We see it is the Lakers 1.5 and 229.5. Looking over at what's happening here, we see everyone's going to play for the Lakers, and looks like everybody's going to play for the Kings. Full starting lineups. Good stuff. That's what we like to see on Saturday night. Let's look at the numbers. 2-0 Lakers, 1-0 Sacramento. Okay. So the first things I'm seeing is the Lakers defense is playing really damn good. Sacramento's not so much. They're giving up 2s and 3s. If you're shooting, you're making it against the Kings. That was one game. Yes, but still. Yeah. The Lakers just playing great so far in 2 games. They're playing pretty good. So let's pop over to the props. So we got to see, I'm looking at things. We have great matchups. If you want a king player, the Lakers give you great advantages here based on certain numbers. And then the Lakers have some good stuff too against the Kings. But I'm looking for something that's like mostly green. And maybe you want to go Anthony Davis to get a 42.5 PRA. Like, we could do that. That's something we could do, no problem, because you know he's a beast. He tends to do great things when he wants to. 56 and 47 in those 2 games. 42 and a half looks like the way we're going to go. I think that's what we're going to do. Lakers are playing great. I need to see Sacramento in another game. I leaned DeMar a little bit, but I want to see, he had 36 in his one game, but I feel better about Anthony Davis. Yeah, I want to see how he does here. So 36, 35 points, 16 and 8 rebounds. Dude's easily a 25-15 dude. Easily, no problem. That's 40. As long as he gets 3 assists, we're good. So give me AD over 42.5 PRA. This doesn't feel like a blowout game, so I'm not concerned because the Sacramento has a squad to keep up. So but I'm still, I mean, the way they're playing defense, you got to go with it. I got to take the Lakers by 1.5. So Lakers minus 1.5 at home, 1.5 at home. And then we're going to take Davis over 42.5 PRA. Sometimes, I mean, dude just fills up the stat sheet, does he not? Look at those numbers. 2023 hit this number 51% of the time. Like, dude just crushes it. So include this one game where he had 41 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists. Damn. So yeah, I mean, he's just a beast like that. We know that. So let's go back here. Here's the whole schedule. That's every game covered. Tomorrow, we only have 5 games. It's going to be more of a lighter day. So, hey, I appreciate you watching. Drop a like and subscribe. Again, if you didn't want to watch the whole thing, I told you it was long. I warned you. Become a member. You can get all this sent to you easily. But other than that, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Sunday NBA. Peace.